Today we're going to talk about the Waves rune. And for me, the Waves was one of the more complex runes to learn. And personally, I feel it's because the meanings can vary on a very deep level. And that's what this rune is about. It's water. So, it can indicate like very deep emotions, but on the same hand, it can also like indicate mysteries of the deep. If you're thinking of the ocean or something like that, I do tend to find this rune brings instability to situations where it can feel like things are changing and there can be confusion. However, it also brings that sense of calmly assessing situations before you take any action. And so therefore it really does depend on your intuition, whether you're going to sink or swim. When I was pulling a rune a day and learning for myself, I had actually pulled the Waves one morning. And that is how I made this connection to what it means for me finally. I went to work. I had 3 or 4 different people that were talking to me at the same time with 3 or 4 different things that needed to be taken care of at the same time. And it literally hit me. I pulled the runes that meaning, and my day was describing that. I was being pulled in these different directions. And I actually had to laugh after that because that realization also gave me, if this makes any sense, the deeper meaning associated with the waves as to calmly approaching situations as to whether you're going to sink or swim. Are you going to leave those emotions overwhelm you, or are you going to ride the waves? All right. So I hope that kind of makes sense. The waves can indicate, a deep spiritual sense, a deep connection to others, to your own intuition, to your own spirituality. But it can also really indicate those deep mysteries of life, whether for good or not. So, I learned how to connect with the runes myself. I hope me giving this explanation can hopefully help others connect with waves for themselves. But generally speaking, this rune for me specifically does tend to indicate feeling that little bit of instability and having to wait things out, kind of having to ride the waves.